Hello Taurus, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a timeless reading, which means whenever you happen to be watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now it is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you, and there is the moon energy. That's an interesting way to begin. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I lay these cards out, I would also like to say that if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. All right, Taurus? Finishing up the path of the serpent now. This looks really good. We're going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use Rider-Waite. For that mystery card, a quick shuffle. Now this is the card that we're setting aside. We're not going to look at this until the very end of the reading. We're going to set it over here, frog on top. And hopefully at the end of the reading, that card will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end. Okay. So looking around the room here, we've got major. Got some fire. We've got some water, we've got some earth, and we've got a little bit of air. So it's a fairly balanced reading, okay? I think there are a lot of major arcana cards here because it seems like the beginning was very significant, very spiritual, very kind of otherworldly, and I want to say like something that has happened, like a divine hand in your life started this, and it's kind of a divine experience at the end too, right? But in order to get from divinity to divinity, I think there's a lot of choices, a lot of energy that you have to navigate, okay? But I feel like this is a very spiritual force that's around you, like bookending this period of time in your life, right? At the beginning and at the end of the path is this spiritual divine energy. But we're starting with this moon. This is a card that represents the new moon, the absence of light, right? The moon's still there, but it's not reflecting any of the sunlight right now. So what this is meaning for you, I think, is that you've been on this, or in this mode, I guess, where you've been trying to confront your fears, right? Trying to kind of really do this deep introspection, right? This kind of brutal honesty with yourself. Trying to really discover what it is that's holding you back, what it is that you might be afraid of, what is it that you need to confront within yourself, within your history, your past, within your psyche, within your soul, right? Because this is kind of a withdrawing of the light from the external world, attention in kind of an extroverted way. It's redirecting that attention inwardly, okay? So I think you're someone who is very introspective, for one thing. I think you also have a very pronounced relationship with what we can call the supernatural, right? To use kind of common parlance. I feel like you're someone who probably, when you were a kid or a young adult, you've had what they call a paranormal experience, right? You might have encountered some supernatural energies, forces, entities, maybe in your home, maybe in like a grandparent's home or something like that. I feel like you've had these experiences at least one significant time in your life, okay? I don't know what bearing that really has to do on your situation now. Maybe as we go through these cards, some of that will be revealed to us, but it could be that memory is still so vivid in your mind, and it in some way relates to the work that you're doing now. Maybe the location of that event, if it was like a grandparent's house or something, that's significant now because of the situation that you're in right now. Okay. But I feel like you have a very strong connection to the inner worlds, to your own soul, to the divine realm, let's say the spiritual realm. And I think that, again, when you were younger, you had at least one significant supernatural or, paranormal experience. Okay? And I feel like that has kind of shaped your life a little bit, I think you always have had this knowledge, this inner kind of certainty that the physical world, the world of the senses, is not all there is. Right? That's beyond question for you. There's no doubt about it. There is a world unseen by, human eyes, by human senses, right? It's more subtle, more abstracted. It's what would be called, I guess, the spiritual realm, right? I think you're very much in tune with that. I think you have a very strong connection to that. And I feel like that's really related with your current introspection, with your current efforts to try to confront whatever it is that is blocking your progress. Whatever it is that maybe deep down you are perhaps afraid of something, but not fear in the sense that, we feel powerless or we feel weaker than something else, or that there is something overpowering us. But I feel like there's just something that you need to confront, right? There's, and I keep getting this idea of like a grandparent's house or an older relative's home, okay? And one reason I think that is because of this 4 of discs. And this, I think, it's representing a home, I believe. And I don't know if this is yours. I feel this kind of older, like, parent or grandparent kind of energy. Okay. I think there might be a situation involving the home, maybe the physical structure, maybe you're responsible for the estate, maybe there's just some issue going on with the grandparents' home, if they're selling it, if they need to renovate it, something like that. Maybe you're staying there for a period of time, maybe you're visiting, or maybe they're visiting you, something along those lines with these older family members. And in the recent past, Hierophant energy. So whoever this person is that we're talking about, they might be a fire sign, this grandparent or older sibling, maybe it's an aunt, an uncle, maybe it's a parent or something. It's an older family member. They could be a fire sign person, but I feel like they were a strong influence in your life. They were a sort of mentor to you. They rather guided you when you were younger. And maybe that has some connection with the supernatural kind of paranormal experiences. Maybe it was literally only you and this grandparent that were aware of these kind of paranormal things happening, right? It could have been, just something between the two of you because nobody else believed you, nobody else experienced them. The rest of the family just kind of, shrugged it off and thought it was nonsense, right? But not this older family member. I feel like there was a strong bond between the two of you. And they kind of guided you. Perhaps they even have some general interest in the paranormal. Maybe they are interested in psychism or divination or something along those lines, right? They may be experienced tarot readers or psychics or something, or have maybe they're a medium, right? Because I feel a strong connection with the kind of paranormal, the so-called supernatural. And I feel like they kind of guided you in a way, right? But there's something going on with their home right now, and I don't know exactly what that is. This 4 of discs is also if... this could be something to do with the physical well-being, right? Wellness. This isn't a medical reading. I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to give any kind of medical advice. But I feel like there's something in the domestic sphere that needs attention, right? It could be that there is this, because we're talking about something you need to confront, right? I don't know if it's something to do with this relationship, or if that relationship and their influence is just kind of, it's built into who you are now, right? The situation today might not be involving this older family member. It could be involving a blockage or something that's going on within you, maybe related to the memory of that person or something like that, right? But this could be the home. I'm feeling that there is this, an issue with foundation, okay? So either the foundation of the home, maybe this is the foundation of your physical well-being, your foundational, let's say, your activity or your diet, exercise, that sort of thing. Something that's kind of at the underneath everything, a kind of a basis for the rest of it, right? And so it's foundational in that way, and it could be the foundation of the home. But I feel like there's something that needs attention there, and it is. I'm still with this moon energy. It feels like there's some sort of an issue with the home. I almost wonder if you're having paranormal experiences currently in this home, right? In either the grandparents or the older family member's home, or if there's some connection with that family member that has brought about these paranormal experiences again, okay? So it might be happening again now because either this family member has passed on, my condolences if that's the case, or that they have come to visit or you've gone to visit them, or there's been some kind of recent communication or contact that now has brought about some of these experiences again, okay? And I feel like that's something that you're needing to confront, something that you're needing to deal with. It's a blockage that's really preventing a sense of moving on in your life, right? We see in the immediate future this Queen of Cups. Now, I feel like this is your emotional life. This is some clarity that we need in terms of our own emotions, okay? And I feel like it is something related to this older family member, something related to the paranormal experiences in this house, okay? But there's something there that you need to confront within yourself, because this Queen of Cups is veiled, right? Their truth, their reality, the clarity is still a little bit cloudy. It's veiled. So what we need is perfect transparency with ourselves, right? We need to be emotionally honest with ourselves about whatever this situation could be, okay? There is some clarity. There is some truth within yourself that I think, with that introspection, that confronting of energy, I think you need to discover what this kind of emotional truth is. We need to lift the veil here and have this clarity and this transparency, okay? Because there's something blocking you up that's related to that older family member, the paranormal experiences, the house, okay? And there's a blockage there. And what is it blocking really is it's blocking your will, your path to success, your progress. This Three of Wands is showing that you really have a lot of plans in your life. You're really ambitious. You really have a well-defined trajectory for your life. You're really going places, right? But we're kind of locked into this issue with this home. Okay. And I feel like this is the blockage, right? Because we want this Three of Wands to be actualized, right? This is the potential. This is what we aspire to. This is what we kind of know. This is the well-defined path that we're on. But in theory, this is still unmanifest, right? This is a full understanding of where we're going, what we want to achieve, what we want to accomplish, but it's not yet put into action, right? It's not yet manifested. All right. And this is, it's your character, your integrity. This is your work ethic. It's your spiritual ethic. I think that you're ready to go, and you're ready to build and create and continue on with your life and manifest whatever future, whatever success this is that you have planned for yourself and for your life. But we need to get through this blockage here. We need to deal with primarily whatever this moon energy is, right? And what we need is the clarity within this moon, within this kind of new moon energy. So maybe during the next new moon, whichever new moon is closest to you as you're watching this, take that as an opportunity to really do some meditation, some ritual work, some prayer, find a kind of secluded place, go lie outside on the grass at night and absorb some of this energy, and use it as an opportunity to figure out what this blockage is and to strive for this emotional clarity and transparency so that we can really get past whatever this issue is, because I feel like it is inhibiting movement, right? And underneath everything, we see a 6. My cat's here to say hello. We've got this 6 of Swords. And with the 6 of Swords, I feel like this is really the underlying blueprint for your life, right? This is the kind of, almost the sense of destiny that you have. And especially when we take the 3 of Wands and the 6. We got a 3 and we got a 6, right? So your plan is ready to go. Your life is just about ready to progress. There's movement that's ready to happen. We've got the plans, we've got the blueprints, everything is well thought out, well organized, right? But there's a disconnect between our will, our intention. This is kind of our foot almost on the gas pedal. And this is the GPS, the map, the plan. This is our course. And this is our gas pedal. Well, there's a disconnect here because we're being blocked by whatever this situation is with this home, with this house, okay? So if we could get through this blockage, then we can connect these two and we can actually put rubber on the road and get moving, get our foot on the accelerator a little bit. Because right now we're kind of stalled. Right now we're dealing with this, and we're not following our map, and we certainly haven't hit the gas yet, okay? But once we do, and I think the way we do that is through this Queen of Cups, finding the emotional clarity, being brutally and ruthlessly honest with ourselves about how we feel about this situation, if this is a fear, if this is some kind of inhibition, some kind of resistance to this older family member or this paranormal activity or the emotions surrounding that whole situation. We need to deal with those emotions, and that brings us to the path of the serpent, okay? And it brings us to the Princess of Cups. So it could be that we kind of pop out the other side of this situation in with more of a clean slate, I guess, more of an innocence kind of thing. It's almost like we've been reduced down to just our kind of basic elements, right? And we almost have to learn how to walk and stuff again. We almost have to learn how to feel again. It's going to feel really new. It's going to be like you're taking your first couple steps, right? It's almost like relearning, right? Because we seem so developed here. We've been, our habits have been kind of ingrained in us, right? We've been in this kind of mode of veiling ourselves or veiling our attention from whatever this situation is exactly, hiding the emotions a little bit, right? Veiling things. we've been doing that for so long that now it's like second nature. We have to kind of relearn how to be emotionally honest and open, right? And that's the princess or the page, right? Still learning how to do it now. It's kind of a, it's a knight in training, right? A page. So I feel like that's kind of what's going on. We have to kind of unlearn or relearn how to deal with, how to recognize our really deep, I could call them emotions, but they're deeper than that. They're not just kind of surface reactions to things. They're our deepest feelings, our deepest emotions, right? So I almost think we have to really kind of unlearn our habits so that we can get in touch with those and then kind of relearn how to deal with them, right? And I do think that the older family member is represented by this Prince of Wands. I feel like they are, I feel like they're still in communication with you, whether they're on this plane or a higher plane. I feel like there's still interaction there. And it could be through nonverbal means, signs, symbols, synchronicities. It could be through some of this paranormal activity, okay? And I don't want to get too otherworldly with this reading, but I feel like if this is resonating with you, you know exactly what I mean, okay? They may be a fire sign person, they may not be. What I think they're really doing, or through this paranormal activity, whatever the connection is with this house, I feel like the message really is, because we have air and we have fire with the prince, right? The Prince of Wands, air of fire. That this is trying to urge you on to break through this situation, to get the connection between your air and your fire, right? Between your plans for your life and your will, your intention, the initiation of those plans, right? You have your plans, it's time to execute the plans. The Prince of Wands, the air of fire, is trying to urge you to do that, is trying to communicate to you through these activities, through signs and symbols and synchronicities, to do it, to get started with your life, right? To get through whatever this situation is that's holding you back and get on with your work, right? Get on with the fulfillment of your creative will, whatever that might be, if it's education, career, if it's the creation of something, the building of something, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever you consider your path, your purpose to be, it's time to get started. And I think that's the message coming from, could be this older family member through this paranormal type activity, okay? And I just realized that's a whole series of movies, right? Paranormal Activity. Those were good. I liked those movies. Anyway, so the next card we have is the Eon. Judgment, rebirth, reawakening, baptism by fire. Well, we've got the fire connection already. So what this situation, whatever the entity or spirit is, whatever the intelligence is, the consciousness is, that is happening in this house, or that is associated with this moon energy too. It is urging you to go through this doorway. This really now is starting to remind me of several different movies, right? Kind of the poltergeist movies where she's always being told, Carol Ann, go into the light. Or wait, don't go into the light. I can't remember now. I think it's don't go into the light. But this is kind of like that light. This is that doorway. This is that portal to your future, to the other world, the other realm, whatever is coming next for you. And it's connection with the fire, because on the other side of this doorway, this is where your future is. This is where your creative will can manifest, right? And the idea then is we're stuck here, we're blocked here for whatever reason, for whatever the associations are with the path of the dove here, the horizontal plane. We're kind of blocked from going through this doorway. So we have to solve whatever this problem is with this water energy. Okay, with this moon, which is rules Pisces, water energy, with the Queen and the Princess of Cups, that water energy. We have to solve that problem and figure that blockage, that knot, whatever that is. We have to resolve it, maybe dissolve it, and go through this doorway. Hit the gas on our plans, execute our plans, and go through this, because your future really does await you. Okay? And through this doorway, right, taking that step, making that decision to go forward with your life, with your plans, what that is going to do is unlock this world or universe card. Now, this is basically saying that, look, the world is yours. Once you go through this doorway, you're going to find yourself in infinite space with infinite opportunities, infinite resources, abundance surrounding you. This is really the manifestation of any and all of your dreams, of your plans, of your will. Okay? This is really the perfect way to end a reading, because this is saying, look, you're going to go through this doorway and you're going to get everything you work for, everything you want, everything you need. This is unlimited potential. Now, something is potential means it's not yet concrete, it's not yet manifested, right? So that's where you come in. And if you want all of this to be manifested, all of your plans, will, your goals, all of your aspirations, everything that you dream of, you have to do the work in between what we said was this beginning and this end. The end really is you walking through the doorway into, infinite space. Now it kind of reminds me of that movie Contact, I think. Yeah, Carl Sagan. It was a good book. The movie was pretty good. I just learned that Jodie Foster, who was in Contact, is now going to be in the new season of True Detective, which is coming sometime soon. Kind of off topic, but anyway. Walking through that doorway, making the decision to put your plans into action is going to really be the final step. And that, I think, is going to really shut the door on this past, on whatever this issue is with the house, with this older family member, with this paranormal type activity. You're making the decision to move on from that, to go through into your future and maybe shut the door behind you, because you really have the world in front of you. I mean, I know that's a cliche, but it's true. Everything you want, you can manifest. I think you know what you want. I think you know how to get there. We've just got to get through this obstacle. We've got to deal with this situation, this water energy, this blockage. And then you can really get to work. Let's get to the mystery card. I would like to see a resolution of some of this water energy. Now, this frog did not tell me what the card is. I've asked and I've been denied. So I think, as always, 6 of Cups. Show a resolution to this water energy. Show that we have solved this equation, right? We have the 6 of Swords. Well, we've got a 9. We've got a 9 of wands, right? Of staffs. And this really is, this is the strength. This is, the figure on this card really says it all. Because despite being banged up, bruised up, head bandaged, probably needs some Tylenol, has succeeded, right? At the end of the movie, maybe a little bit worse for the wear, but you've done it, right? You're going to go through this doorway. You're going to deal with whatever this situation is. You're going to go through the doorway into your future, into your freedom. You may be a little banged up, but you're going to do it. And the 9 is really showing the strength. And see, this figure is leaning on that one staff. That one staff is essentially the central wand here on the 3 of Wands. It is your unified will, your internal resolve, the strength of your character. You won't budge. You are relying on yourself and your own will, your own intention, your own fortitude and force, right? And that's the thing that you've never lost. That's your heart, essentially, right? That's your inner resolve. And that's what you're leaning on. That's what is supporting you. Even though you're all banged up and bruised and, aches and pains and some scrapes and, well, that's the baptism by fire, right? It seems we've got to go through some of this fiery energy. We've got to discover this blockage, dissolve it with this water. And though we might be a little banged up, we're going to get through the door. We're going to shut and lock the door. And then we're kind of in the universe, right? And we're in the kind of, just like in the womb of the Great Mother, and we're being restored, we're being cared for, we're being almost grown again, right? And kind of reborn into our future life, into this new phase, okay? So the 9 here is saying it's not going to be easy, but you will be victorious because you have this strength about you. Now, at the beginning, we said something about a foundation, right? Because I'm seeing this 4 of discs and I'm thinking there's some problem with the foundation, either of the house or the foundation of yourself, of you. And the 9 of wands, the number 9, is talking about the foundation of everything, right? The kind of the meaning of the number 9 is the foundation of things. So it could be that this central staff that you're leaning on, what is going to support you and get you through this is what needs attention. This foundation, this could be the foundation that we're talking about. And that could be your resolve, your commitment, your integrity, your strength of character, your ability to make a promise to yourself and follow through with it, right? Maybe that's the foundation. Maybe we need that commitment. We need that Ace of Wands to say, I'm going to do this. It's the will power, the resolve, right? Maybe that's the foundation that needs to be invoked, right? We're going to go ahead and invoke an extended reading. If you'd like to stick around for that, please click on the link right here. Then you'll have access to all of the extended readings, not just for Taurus, but for all of the signs. This was your timeless tarot reading, which means whenever you happen to be watching this reading was meant to find you. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.